the wildest truth. I know you like the sound of it. I know you love the style of it. Now sit back, here comes the wildest truth. All I gotta say is I love the word bitch. Remember me still hating on Nintendo shit? 3 years later, Uncharted shits on Gears of War. Now I don't gotta say I hate it no more. Same review who loves to say son of a bitch became a YouTube star, still don't own a car. You want a review, you don't gotta look far. Prove once again these sites ain't on par. The story of White Knight, very original. You are Leonard, and you have a group of friends, and you have to go save the princess, and oh my god, Miyamoto should sue. No, I'm just kidding. The story is very basic RPG, well, Japanese RPG to be exact, and really the story just follows the basic, you know, you gather a few friends on the way there, you fight big bads. In this game, it's one evil knight and one fat little midget. I know, it feels very Dragon Quest-like, and the story isn't terrible. It has some really cool cutscenes. But for the majority, it is corny, it is silly. The dialogue is just like for 12-year-olds that think it's all badass to say damn. And you know, overall, I mean, the story is just very basic, and it could have been a lot better. The voice acting for the most part isn't bad. It's really the dialogue that they're given. But if you're looking for something more than just your basic Japanese RPG save the princess story, you're not going to find it here.
O thee who once wield my power, draw thy blade. Now is the time to prove thyself worthy.
It's kind of a mixed bag with the graphics for White Knight. Some of the stuff looks really good. First of all, the designs, for the most part, look great actually. The monsters look cool, the White Knights look good, the Black Knight looks good, and many more Knights look cool. Overall, the environments aren't bad, and especially the water environments look great in the game. Turning that over though, now the character models could have done some work because they kind of look outdated, and most of the attacks don't really have any flair to them like other RPGs out there. But for the most part, the design is good and it does help push the game, and I really like the design, but I can't ignore that the raw power could have been so much more. Even if this is a big game, other games have done this size and looked better, so hopefully for White Knight 2 we get a little upgrade in the character models and attack look. Okay, I won't be able to cover everything in this game. It's an RPG, so I'm going to try my best. What is good about the combat in this game is it basically feels like an MMO or closest to Final Fantasy XII. You basically pick a target, you attack, and you wait until you kill it. Well, you have to click X when you're ready to attack, and that takes maybe 3 to 5 seconds for each attack. So it is a basic turn-based type of game, and if you like those type of games, you're probably going to fall in love with this game. However, it gets more interesting as you level up. As you level up, obviously you can gain new moves, and before I go into the moves, let me talk about you can make different classes for your character. I always like this thing in RPGs, so you can make a two-handed sword user, or spear user, or a magic user, or a healer, so on, or shield and sword, you get the point. And while you do that, each one has their own combo list, and obviously added bonuses like attack up, health plus up, you know, MP up, so on. And the great thing is that you can mix and match all the different classes because all of them have their advantages, and you can make like a well-rounded soldier, or you can make a really strong one, or a really good healer, and so on. But mix and matching is always a cool feature in an RPG, and it lets you do it well in this game. The best thing about the game, in my opinion, in terms of gameplay, is that you can make your own combos. Say you buy 4 different moves, and you're a two-handed sword user. You can combine all 4 moves and make it one string of attack that goes all out on an enemy. And it really, really helps against bosses because using 1 or 2 specials, you're not really going to do much and you're just wasting action points. And the very last thing, and this is minor, in the single player you can turn to this huge White Knight and beat the living shit out of whatever's around you. And it may feel like a cheap way out, but it really works well and it's kick-ass to use, and you basically just stomp, well, in his case, slash the shit out of anything in front of you. And it just feels like you're one of these huge knights that just can kill everything. Now the bad. The gameplay is slow. And when you're fighting a big enemy, yeah, it feels faster because you're always thinking of what to do next. But fighting these small enemies over and over again, like Final Fantasy XII, kind of feels slow in this game, even slower than Final Fantasy XII. And another thing is that some of the main quests where you have to go point A to point B, they just feel long and overblown, and again, like filler shit that Japanese RPG lovers just love. I don't know why you guys do, but going one place to the other, Oasis anybody, was just 45 minutes of annoyance. And another small thing is that your enemies can basically attack you no matter how far you are. This feature kind of is broken because when you're running away because you're dying and you want to heal, well, your other teammates can fight the enemy, and he just hits you from like 2 miles away, you're like, and you die, and you're like, no. And you can't do that. unless you have a bow. So it's really just not fair. So if you're looking to make your own combos and make your own class and everything, you're probably going to have a blast and you can, stand the turn-based type combat. You're going to like the gameplay. However, if you don't like slower combat and you don't like building combos and you really don't like anything traditional in Japanese RPGs, well, you're probably not even watching this review because you probably have no interest in the game. The game is very traditional, added a few extra things to make it different, but this is your traditional Japanese RPG gameplay. For the most part, I'm enjoying the game. I think the combo system is the thing that draws me in the most, and I know for some people it won't be a big deal, but creating all these different combos every time I level up, or even when I'm not leveling up, even when I want to mix and match attacks like slash on the ground, then hit him up in the air, then go up in the air, slash him some more, and then hit him down with a finisher. To me, that's just fun. And in the single player, being the White Knight is one of the most, badass things I've played in a Japanese RPG. The gameplay itself is over 30 hours in the main story. And once you complete that, you got all these online quests with your friends or just some strangers who scream on the mic like you're hearing now. But overall, you have a bunch of stuff to do after the main story. So the game gives you plenty of content. And I think that's the strongest thing for you guys, because I know you Japanese RPG fans love that extra stuff. For me, I'm enjoying the game. Yes, the story is cliche. Yes, the graphics feel a bit outdated in parts. And yes, the combat is a little slow. However, if you like the slow combat, you are used to the cliche stories in 80% of Japanese RPGs, and you don't even give a shit about graphics, well then what are you waiting for? Go pick up this Japanese RPG. It's a fun one, not game of the year or anything, but it's a fun RPG that you'll probably enjoy for hours, if you're into Japanese RPGs. If you're not, I suggest not buying this game. So enjoy, Japanese RPG fans.
Looks like we're surrounded.
What did I do?
You. Step outside.